Hello everyone, it's Christmas time and it's time to make cookies معمول بعجوة. معمول is made of like farina, so I put 6 cups of farina and I have some butter, so I'm gonna put 2 cups of butter, melted butter, and I'm gonna mix it. Sometimes I add little more, and most of the time I do, for every 3 cups of farina, I do 1 cup of butter. However, sometimes some kind of farina absorbs more butter. So I'm doing this the night before. So I'm just gonna let it sit for about at least 24 hours. And all right, so I had this farina or cream of wheat mixed with butter since last night. I'm ready to start working on it. So I have stuff ready that I need to add. So I'm gonna add some mehlib, and the mehlib is, I ground it. It's like you know, grains. It looks like a grain, but I put a teaspoon of mehlib. That gives it a good taste. And I had ground some mastic with sugar, and I had it in the freezer, so I don't have any more mastic to show you. However, I'm gonna put, this is the Arabic gum. I'm gonna put teaspoon of yeast, work it like a dough, and I know I will need to add a little bit more water. You don't want to add too much water because the cookies become hard the more water you add, but you need to make them, so you need to add enough such that you make them such a way that you can work with them and make it balls and shape it. Warm water. I'm also going to add a little bit of orange blossom water. Okay, so there is about a tablespoon of orange blossom water. That smells wonderful. Mix them all together. Smells so good. And so, just to summarize, I added a teaspoon of mehlib and about a tablespoon of a little bit of mastic ground with sugar, because the mastic gets sticky. You can't grind it by itself, so I usually grind it with sugar. And finally, I added the yeast with a little bit of water and some orange blossom water. Looks like it's about ready to start working with. Once you add the yeast, you don't want to wait on it. You need to start right away making the cookies with the dates or what. Looks like it's perfect. I'm gonna stop right here and start making them. So now it's time to prepare the stuffing, which is the dates. So I put, I got this pitted dates that I put in my blender, and I'm going to add just a little bit of nutmeg, just a quarter of a teaspoon, and a little bit of cinnamon, maybe half of a teaspoon, and also maybe a teaspoon of olive oil. Make it soft and blend it all together. little more, and then I will mix it with my hands. After I got the dates all ground, I'm going to mix them all together, knead them like dough, just to make sure they're all soft. And then once I'm done with that, I'm gonna make them small balls, prepare them for tomorrow when I make the ma'moul or the cookies. Looks like they're really good. They're not sticking just because of the little bit of olive oil. They're nice, really nice. So I'm gonna start making them balls. It depends on how big the cookie needs to be, but I think this size balls is really good. So I put them on a pan with wax paper so they don't stick together, and I'm gonna finish making those until I get to the next step. So I finished making the balls of the balls from the dates, and they're about maybe 1 inch to 1¼ inches in diameter. So I'm gonna save those, have them ready when the dough for the cookies is ready. All right, so I'm already ready to start. I have all kinds of molds to shape the cookies in. Like this is one of them, another one. This one is usually for dates. However, I may not use it for all of them. And all right, so ready to shape them. Make the cookies. I know I need to be covering this dough because it dries out fast. So I make this ball between my hands like so, and then add the date ball that I made in advance, and then I flatten it between my hands, put it on this plate, use my rod. This is a multi-purpose rod that I use for the baklava sometimes. Make a hole, then use this tool to just go around and make it look pretty like that. And I really like this more than using the mold. I know sometimes I use the mold where I make the ball. So I make the cookies like so. Put the dates inside. There we go. Close it. Make it like a ball again. Put it in this mold that's specially for the date cookies, like that. And then you start banging until it comes out, and it comes out like this. However, I don't like that to be banging to get it out. That's why I use my my own way of making them look like cookies. You know, the round cookies. I mean, there's another way to make the round cookies actually. Maybe I should show you here. And so this is the alternative, is just to make it a ball, flatten it, poke a hole with my rod, and then go around and make it look pretty. And then I put them in the pan. All right, so I'm gonna keep doing them until I fill in the pan. I have preheated the oven to 350 degrees, so I'm just gonna put them in there for 10 minutes, check on them. Again, There is the dough. They can pour it. Put the date ball in there. Roll it. Flatten it. Make a hole with my rod. Put it on a plate and use my tongs to decorate this. And I'm done. Put it in my pan right here. So you can see the pan is all ready to bake. So I'm gonna put it in the oven now and start on another pan. All right. Make a bowl with the dough. Add the date ball. Flatten. Use my multi-purpose rod. Put it on a plate like this. Makes it easier to rotate. And you can shape however you like. And put in the pan. There we go. First pan out of the oven. It took 15 minutes on 350. The color is beautiful. It's gonna be more beautiful when we sprinkle with powdered sugar. And there's another one that's ready to go into the oven. Finally, sprinkle with powdered sugar. To make him look pretty. And put him in your serving dish. وكل سنة وانتم سالمين. صحتين وعافية. You can see how soft they are. They melt in your mouth. They crumble. And they're really soft and yummy.